Hey everyone, it's Sam Jeffrey broadcasting live from warm sunny Tamil Nadu. Always warm, always sunny, sometimes Tamil Nadu. Let's now talk about NFTs. NFTs are the tokens that have the quantity of exactly one. Okay, now let's come to the Plutus code. So, in order to mint this NFT, we must check that the script contains the specific UTXO as input. We will delegate this task to this has UTXO helper function. Here we use the any function to see if any of the transaction info outrevs from the transaction info inputs from the transaction info field of the context matches the UTXO for which we are validating. For better clarity, we have this function which returns the transaction info from which takes the script context. Let's look at this policy. Okay, right now we have a policy that can only mint or burn once, but of course in that single transaction we can mint as many tokens as we like. Now we think about what we actually want. Maybe we want a policy that allows us to mint just one token for the currency symbol, or perhaps we would like to be able to mint many NFTs at once, each with different token name. It's up to us, but let's say we go with the first option. We just want to mint one token, so it makes sense to pass the token name as a parameter, and we need a second condition that checks that we mint just a specific coin, for which we have this check minted amount. First of all, we need access to the minted value. There are many approaches to do that, and we'll use the flattened value. We can check that the output of flattened value is exactly one triple that matches the symbol, token and value that we expect. But we still have a problem to solve. We need to know what the currency symbol is. Given that the currency symbol is hash of the policy, it seems as if we have a chicken and egg problem here. But we have this one currency symbol function that exists to solve this problem. So we check if the currency symbol is equal to the one currency symbol. We check if the token name is equal to the token name that we have passed in, and the total amount is equal to 1. Okay, then we have this boilerplate code right here. Now we are done with the on-chain code, and this is how the whole minting policy would be. Now let's come to the off-chain part of the code. First we need a UTXO, and we need to provide one of our own. However, we don't need to pass that in because we can look it up directly. We can just pass the token name. We need to get the list of UTXOs that belong to us. The Plutus.contract modules gives us UTXO add function, which will help us get the UTXOs at a given address, and we have to pass our public key address into this function. In order to get our own pub key address, we can use this pub key address function. We write a case statement here that will either log an error if we have no UTXOs available, or we'll use the first UTXO in the list, continue with the minting code. Here we have the value as 1, as we want only one token to be minted, and then secondly we have the token name argument to the lookups. Now we need to provide a lookup that gives access to where the UTXO or ref can be found. At the end of this off-chain mint function, we log the required information, and that is it. We are done with the Plutus code for minting a simple NFT. and you can connect it and test endpoints using JQ on the terminal or use Postman. Okay, now let's look at the React client. Alright, now I'll just walk you through this React client. Okay, let me give npm start. Wait for it. Okay, so this is the repository of this React client. It has all the data that you need. Okay. Let's look at this. So by the time it loads, I'll just show you the functions that we use to call these APIs. So this is the path of this endpoint. It's API contract and then definitions. We are first getting the endpoints that are available in this contract, and then we are having this post request in this endpoint, and this is the wallet ID. It's 1 or 2 or 3. I think that we are on 10 wallets. You can activate the contract in any wallet that you like, and this is and that's this, and we have the mint token, and this post request returns us the instance ID. So that instance ID should be passed into this mint token function, and that instance ID will be added to the URL, and this post request will have the data as JSON, which is untoken name, and the GMBL is what we have set as the NFT. So you can change it to whatever you like. So GMBL is the short form of Github Labs. Okay, so let's look at the site. Okay, it has loaded. Now we have the Github Labs logo at the background, and this is get all endpoints. Let's give that. Okay, I think I didn't start here. Let's give Cabal. Okay, let's first Cabal build. It's up to date. Time for Cabal execute. Cabal execute simple NFT. So you see here, the PAB backend server runs on port 9080, but we have this React client running on localhost 3000. So there'll be a course error here. So CORS is the cross origin resource sharing. So the localhost 3000 and the localhost 9080 are in different domains. So there won't be any resource sharing from this localhost to that. We can enable CORS by specifying it in the backend code, but we can do that in the Plutus, and There are a few ways to do that, but the easier way is to set up a proxy in our React client. So you see here, this is HTTP proxy middleware. We have to use this to set up a proxy, and see, it's configured in 9080. Yeah, proxying it into 9080. So by doing that, we can get away with the coarse error. So let me just get all endpoints. So you see here, we have the NFT contract's name, we have the untoken, as we already saw, that is what we have here. And then let me just open up the dev console. Okay, you see here, this is what the coarse error looks like. Okay, I think this error occurred when we didn't start this server. We didn't start the 9080. I think the error message is from that time. After we started the PAB server, it shouldn't come. You can see here, we don't get the error now. And let me give activate wallet now. If I activate wallet, the contract instance ID is returned. You can see it here. And if I press mint, again it returns instance ID. I just logged it there. But if you go to our PAB that's running here, let me zoom in. Okay, see, here we have the instance ID returned on our PAB, and this is the output that we has come in the PAB when we minted it. You can, and if I give enter here, you can see I've entered the mock chain now, and at the end of the mock chain you can see that the balances has gone a bit low in the wallet 1. That includes the transaction fee for minting a NFT, and you can see the other wallets doesn't have a lower balance, and we have 1 GMBL in this wallet. So that is how it's done. I will share some links in the description about how to set up a proxy, and this is the packages that you use, and that's pretty much it. And another thing that you can do is we have the mint here and the start instance here. You can maybe have an input, you can maybe have an input field here, and activate whatever wallet that is put in this input field, and you can activate that. And then you can, and then in this mint also you can set up a input field where you can specify the text for minting the NFT, instead of having this as predefined. And I think that's it for this video. Happy Plutusing. See you guys in the next video.